our founder director of our dental college, Dr. Sridhar Shetty sir, our director of BSc Nitte, and other senior faculty members and students of our university. It's a great day for our Nitte University and also particularly for the Institution Innovation Council. In the calendar of our Innovation Council, I would rate this as a very great day because we see amongst us two strong social entrepreneurs on this stage. When we approached our Honorable Chancellor and invited him for this function, without any second thoughts, he immediately accepted our request because he himself is a social entrepreneur. There are some people who search far and wide. They go outside and succeed in their life. There are few who believe in themselves, stay where they are, where they are born. They create a world of success around themselves. Both our President, Sri Vinay sir, and Dr. Mohan Alva belong to this category. They stayed here only and brought success not only to them, to the entire ecosystem of this place. Not only to the state, they brought glory to the nation also. Our President, our Chancellor, Sri Vinay sir, started his life by working for a small time in Kanda workshop. Learned his skills. From then onwards, he went on to establish today 40 plus institutions under the Nitte Education Trust. Most of us contemplate retirement after 70 years. Here is a man, even after 80 plus. I should see him coming to the office and attending meetings from morning to evening at the same energy and potential. He leads all of us from the front. Sir, we are very fortunate that you are here to felicitate Dr. Mohan Alva on this World Entrepreneurship Day. On behalf of the Nitte University, on behalf of our faculty and senior faculty and students present here, let me heartily welcome Sri Vinay sir by offering him a plant. Of course, Dr. Mohan Alva will be introduced by our Honorable Vice Chancellor later. But here is a person again, because his name was suggested by our Chancellor one. Because when we asked him, he said, without anything, you please honor Dr. Mohan Alva sir. And Mohan Alva is known to many of us here. In the audience, many of us have interacted at different point of time, whether it is the field of education, whether in the field of culture, whether in the field of environment, you name it, sports, anything, here is the man who has contributed a lot. Not only that, in philanthropic activities he participates. In detail, our Honorable Vice Chancellor will introduce. In fact, in your case, sir, Dr. Mohan Alva brought the best in him when there was a success. So, I have personally interacted with him when I was in NITK. Sir, on behalf of the Nitte University, on behalf of the faculty, staff and students present here, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you here amidst all of us here. Thank you for your support. Just 2 points on this World Entrepreneurship Day. In our country, unlimited employment opportunities, India could be staring at a potential crisis in the future. In this scenario, entrepreneurship with its ability to create jobs and promote growth is being seen as a viable solution. And in this direction, Government of India has set up in all the higher education institutions what we call the Innovation Council, and they have directed us to create an ecosystem for entrepreneurship. Of course, all of you know Government of India has initiated several schemes, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, skill development and so on. Currently, India ranks 3rd largest ecosystem for startups in India. We have 105 unicorns in up to July as per the statistics with a valuation of $1 billion. And these are all because of people like Dr. Mohan Alva and Dr. Vinay sir. Pro-business policies, internet penetration, rising income levels. Today our lifestyle also has changed. We order food book a cab, even book tickets for the cinema through digital media. And that means our lifestyle also brings a lot of startups in this country. So they are demand and supply. And this is where the ministry has set up in this higher educational institution several things for creating the ecosystem, IPR, patenting and so on. The incubators are there in our ecosystem itself. Sir, I can go on tell about the ministry's perception on the entrepreneurship, and at this time I must heartily welcome our Pro-Chancellor Dr. Shantaram Chetty. In fact, he was not well on Saturday. On a personal request by our Honorable Vice Chancellor is here. Sir, on behalf of the faculty and students here, I heartily welcome Dr. Shantaram Chetty and Mr. Swan. Did not join, but however they have sent Dr. Mohan on this occasion. And the leader from the front is our Honorable Vice Chancellor, the faculty and students. And is here. Sir, on behalf of the university and students and faculty here, I welcome Dr. Harsha Halaveli, Registrar of our team. I see Dr. Sridhar Shetty, all the deans and principals of all the institutions, senior faculty. I, on behalf of the university and IIC, welcome all of you for this function. And the program coordinator, Dr. Ravi, took pain in organizing this function. I welcome Dr. Ravi to this function. I take pleasure in welcoming all the members of the Institution Innovation Council. When we requested all our heads of institution, without any hesitation, they have brought their faculty and students here. On behalf of the university and IIC, I take pleasure in welcoming all these faculty members, staff and students of our university for this function. I welcome all of you for this World Entrepreneurship Day celebration and celebration.
Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now proceed with the felicitation ceremony.
Gathered here, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Our most revered Chancellor of the University and the presiding officer of this very beautiful function, Shri Anvedeji, the person who is being felicitated on this very important day, my good friend Dr. Mohan Alva, Pro-Chancellor of the University, Professor Dr. Shantaram Chetty, Registrar of the University, Professor Dr. Harsha Halaveli, Professor Shiniketan, President of the Institution Innovation Council, M.S. Ravi, the coordinator for the function and the Institution Innovation Council from the Dental College. I recognize the presence of Professor Sridhar Shetty, the former Dean and Director of Abbakka Institute of Dental Sciences. My very distinguished colleagues, heads of the institutions, heads of the departments, very distinguished faculty who are gathered in large number, and Medical Superintendent Dr. Sumalata Shetty, and nursing faculty, my dear students, invitees, members of the press, and ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my privilege to welcome you all for the World Entrepreneurs Day. We firmly believe that to become a globally recognized university, we should foster unhindered scientific inquiry, critical thinking, creativity, research, innovation and entrepreneurship in the campus. It is in this context that the Innovation Council of the University is celebrating this Entrepreneurs Day. There is always a debate as to whether the entrepreneurs are born or cultivated or created. I think people like Mohan Alva belongs to the second category. Although entrepreneurship mindset is more common in certain communities and families, it has been shown that entrepreneurial mindset can be honed in individuals by training. The people of Dakshina Kannada are known for entrepreneurship. The prominence of the people of this region in hotel, banking, education sectors is the testimony for this. Starting off 4 national banks in this small part of the country. Several cooperative banks, starting of major chains, restaurants, hotels, and large number of quality education institutions have been started by Dakshin Kannada people. In hotel industry, Udupi hotels, as you know, have made name globally and are recognized as brand name in hospitality industry. Mangalore or Mangalore, as we call, has become an education hub and is known for offering all types of courses starting from fashion design to engineering, medical and management courses. Thanks to people like Sri Ramdas Pai, our Honorable Chancellor, Sri N. Hegde and the recipient of today's felicitation, Dr. Mohan Alwa. As you all know, education institutions in Udupi and Dakshin Kannada districts are attracting large number of students all over the country and even from abroad. The purpose of celebrating World Entrepreneurship Day, as Professor Shini Ketan said, is to create awareness of entrepreneurship, innovation, leadership, and it is a perfect day to celebrate people like Mohan Alwa who started business on their own. We want to create job givers than job seekers. Today we have two such luminaries in the dais, Sri N. Hegde and who is the presiding of the function, and Dr. Mohan Alwa, whom we are felicitating on this auspicious day. Dr. Alwa, a good friend of mine, as I said in the beginning, because I had an opportunity to work with him in the year 1976 to 78. He's a multifaceted personality and an entrepreneur who has built an education hub with more than 30,000 students and more than 1,000 faculty. He has demonstrated what a single individual from a rural background can achieve in spite of all odds with the tenacity of purpose and hard work, and he is truly a role model for younger generation. I know Mr. Alwa personally. I know how much he has struggled in the initial stages to build this education empire. According to me, he is responsible for creating livelihood for thousands of people, both through his offering of direct jobs, which he created in his institutions, and indirectly through positive effect on the economy of Mudavidi Taluk. He was a unanimous choice for the Best Entrepreneur of the Year award to be given by the university, and I am really privileged to present his brief profile to the august audience. Dr. M. Mohan Alwa was born in agrarian family on 31st May 1952. Dr. Alwa had his primary education in his native village, Vijay, and later he secured his bachelor's degree in Ayurvedic medicine in Udupi. With his hard work and dedication, he has become an icon in the field of education, Indian medicine, sports and culture, to name a few. Today he is an established leader in all these areas and many more. The true self of Dr. Mohan Alwa is an embodiment of humanness and selfless service. These values 30,000 youth who are studying under his various institutions in Mudavidi through Alwa's Education Foundation. He is known for his charitable work and concern for the poor in the true sense, cutting across caste, creed, sex and religion. His charitable work reflects a spectrum of areas, prominently in his concern for those afflicted with HIV, those with merit and cannot pursue education for want of money, and also in inculcating excellence in sports. His concern for the environment and tireless worker for the upkeep and spread of Indian classical and traditional music and dance is really worth mentioning here. His concern for growth of Kannada literature is legendary. Mudavidi being a small town, the people around it found it very difficult to get quality higher education in professional and non-professional courses. Realizing this difficulty, Dr. Alwa established Alva's Education Foundation in the year 1995. Under this foundation, he established institutions providing basic education starting from pre-university, degree courses in faculties like arts, commerce and science in general, and then he has also established institutions in medical sciences, in particular Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy and yoga. It is a unique plan of providing complete education, which is rare and one of its kind, under one roof, provided under Alva's Education Foundation. Dr. Mohan Alva has established several social welfare schemes and projects. To name a few, Shobhavana, the unique medicinal plantation, is perhaps one of its kind in India. The highlight of this plantation is that it follows traditional classical system. It is indeed an excellent gene bank catering to pharmacy, research and education. One more major activity in this campus is Nodisiri. Alva's Nodisiri is a unique annual program celebrating the literary efforts in Kannada, giving emphasis to young talents. This has indeed energized young minds towards literary pursuit. Another massive cultural program in his campus is Virasat. Alva's Virasat is cultural bonanza happening yearly, where the greatest of talents from India perform at an open air theatre, where more than 50,000 people enjoy the cultural events of dance and music, spreading the richness of Indian culture to the masses. Really, he is a connoisseur of arts. Dr. Alva's collection of ancient arts and artifacts is phenomenal. He is a recipient of several awards and recognition, including Karnataka Rajyotsava Award from Government of Karnataka and honorary doctorate from Mangalore University. Warm and respectful felicitations to Dr. Mohan Alva. We wish him many more years of happier, peaceful and a healthier life ahead. We, the Nitte family, honor and felicitate Dr. Mohan Alva on this unique occasion.
I now request Honorable Pro-Chancellor of Nitte University, Postgraduate Studies and Hospital Administration, Professor Dr. Shantram Shetty, to give the felicitation.
Our esteemed Chancellor, Mr. Vinay Dey, who has made it possible for all of us to be here this beautiful morning. Our chief guest, the person who is being felicitated on this World Entrepreneurship Day. I always call him one and only in different fields. Dr. Mohan Alva, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Satish, our Registrar, Dr. Harsha, Director, who is responsible for this World Entrepreneurs celebrations, who is in charge of this, Professor Sriniketan, the galaxy of heads of the departments, I won't name individually, invited guests, dear students. It was Nicholas Roerich I do not know how many of you know this particular name. At least my generation and the generation who are seated here know him very well. The backbenchers might have heard of him. He was a very famous painter. He was a great epidemiologist. He was great in everything. He was perhaps one of the first Russians to come to India. He established the first Russian museum, art museum in the city of New York and lived there for 20 years. And he came to Himalayas. When he came to Himalayas, he fell in love. He fell in love and he settled down in Himalayas in Manila for the next 25 years. And many of you know that he had one of the richest estates in Bangalore. He has one of the great museums in Manila. Why I said Nicholas Roerich is, he was asked at the end of his career, you have lived in Himalayas, can you describe Himalayas? He laughed. It is impossible to describe Himalayas. Its vastness, its graciousness, its beauty, its flowers, its enchantment, and everything is so great that it is impossible to describe. Here I've been asked to felicitate a person who is impossible to describe. I have known him for the last perhaps 40 to 50 years. I have seen him dancing as a young person, the famous Vedar Kannappa, with all the enthusiasm he had when he was 20 years old. I have seen him rise himself as an Ayurvedic physician. I have seen him having an educational institution which has grown to be one of the largest educational institutions in the country, with more than 25,000 students residing there. Name any branch from engineering to Ayurvedic medicine to naturopathy to any branch of science or commerce. It is there in all those colleges. Mudupitri was known for 1,000 pillar famous temple. But it is Mohanadu made Mudupitri as our president has made Nitte as a great, from a village to a great township to a great university. He has made Mudupitri a great city of education. We are not felicitating an individual, ladies and gentlemen. We are felicitating the great tenacity of purpose, the character, what a person can do in one's lifetime if he wishes to do that. The younger generation are there. Why do we really celebrate this World Entrepreneurs Day? It is not for people like me or many of us who are in the third or fourth quarter of our life. But it is for you. It is for you who are there to understand what one can do in one's life and how did he do it. That is important as a lesson. I always learned from him, though he was much younger than me, I was surprised. He always saw me for different occasions. The younger generation should know is the time management. He is there for, whether it is in the temple, whether it is there for Upanayams to 14. I don't know whether he remembers that. Each other and he was to go. And next day when I finished all the work you came in for, Chandramanna, night I came back to Mudi. Whatever he wants to do, he does it. What may come? Dead yesterday and born morrows. He doesn't believe in yesterdays and tomorrows. He believes in today, and today is the best day. That is Dr. Mohan. And the third most important factor, dear students, is this passion. Passion. I repeat, passion. Each one of us lacking that passion for achievement. If you want to achieve anything in life, you will have to have a passion. Whether you are a doctor, an engineer, or a dental surgeon, whatever you may. Unless you have a passion for that work which you undertake, you can't reach very far. Here is a person who has a great passion. Passion for education, passion for artistic culture, passion, he is judiciary as our Vice Chancellor was telling, or the cultural programs which he undertakes in Mudibidri is a yearly program which people look for. And his passion to see that when I have visited Mudibidri many times, out of the 25,000 students I was amazed. I am also a teacher, but he went to a school, he showed me his college, he was calling every child by their name. I said, how do you remember the name? It's a God-given gift. Yes, it is indeed a God-given gift. That is a root of passion. Dear Mohan, we are extremely proud of you. Proud of you as a community. Proud of you as educationalists in different fields. Proud of you having belonged to this great district of Dashinagara. And on this great day, I congratulate Dr. Shri Ketan and our university for, it is a small award, but we are happy that university has found the right person for the right place at the right time. Congratulations to you. And on behalf of all of us, young and old, and all our professors and the students, we wish you all well. May God bless you, and may the road rise and meet you. You travel a lot, I know, from here to Gulbarga, next day you come back. May the road rise and meet you wherever you go. May the sun God keep you always in the warmth of his hand. And may the rain God shower the choicest of his blessings. May the good God keep you always in the small of his hand and bless you.
I now request Dr. M. Mohanalva to give the acceptance speech.
ನನ್ನ ಈಗಿನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ನಾನು ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಎರಡು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕನ್ನಡ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ. ಒಂದು ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಧರ್ಮಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ವೀರೇಂದ್ರ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನದೇ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬ ಸಂಬಂಧವಾದಂಥ ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಅವರು. ಇದು ಖಂಡಿತ ನಾನು ಔಪಚಾರಿಕವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳುವ ಮಾತಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಾನು ಸದಾ ಅವರನ್ನು ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಅವರನ್ನೇ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ನನ್ನ ಸಣ್ಣ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಡೇ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಗುರುತಿಸಿದೆ. ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಇತಿಮಿತಿ ಏನು ಎಂಬುದು ನನಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತು. ನಾನೊಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದವ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತವ, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನ ಒಳಗಿನ ಪಠ್ಯದ ಬೋಧನೆಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಒತ್ತು ಕೊಟ್ಟವಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದು ಬಯಲು ಶಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದವ. ಆ ಬಯಲು ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟವಾದಂಥ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಪಡೆದಂಥ ಗುರುಗಳಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟವಾದಂಥ ಪಠ್ಯದ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳಿಲ್ಲ.
ಆದರೆ ದೇವರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂಥ ಕಣ್ಣಿದೆ, ಕಿವಿ ಇದೆ, ಹೃದಯ ಇದೆ, ಮನಸ್ಸಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಬರುವಾಗ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂಥ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾ ನಾನು ಬಯಲು ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತ. ನಾನೇನು ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯವಂತನಲ್ಲ, ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ, ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನಾನು ಉದ್ಯಮಿಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಸಂಬಂಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆಗ ನನಗೊಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ನನಗೆ ನೆನಪಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಕಾಲ್ಪನಿಕವಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿ ಹಕ್ಕಿ ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಲಗಿ ಎರಡೂ ಕಾಲನ್ನು ಹೀಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಲಗಿದ್ದಂತೆ. ದಾರಿ ಹೋಗ ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿದಂತೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಎರಡೂ ಕಾಲನ್ನು ಮೇಲಿಟ್ಟು ಮಲಗಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿ ಅಂತ. ಆಗ ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಂತೆ, ಒಂದು ಗಾಳಿ ಸುತ್ತಿದೆ, ಸಂಜೆ ಹೊತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕಾಶ ನೆಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬೀಳ್ತದೆ ಎಂಬ ಗಾಳಿ ಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಆಕಾಶ ನೆಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಈ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗಳು, ಇಷ್ಟು ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಏನಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಎರಡೂ ಕಾಲನ್ನಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಮಲಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಕಾಶವನ್ನು ತಡೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಆಗ ದಾರಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದಂತೆ, ನಿನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಉಂಟಪ್ಪ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ, ನಿನಗೆ ನೀನೊಂದು ಆಕಾಶವನ್ನು ತಡೀತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೋಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ನನಗೆ ನಗು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಂತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗುಬ್ಬಚ್ಚಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಂತೆ, ನಿನಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನನಗೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಎಷ್ಟು, ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಆದರೂ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕವಾಗಿ ದೇವರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಏನು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ಆಯುಷ್ಯ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಮಲಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಂತೆ. ಇದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ನನ್ನ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿದಾಯಕವಾದಂಥ ಉದ್ಯಮಿ ಎಂಬ ಪದದಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿದಾಯಕ ಎಂಬ ಮಾತು ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಇಷ್ಟವಾದ ಮಾತು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆದ್ದು ಸಂಜೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯಿಂದಲೇ ಜೀವನ ಉಲ್ಲಾಸದಿಂದಲೇ ನಾನು ಬದುಕು. ಇದು ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿದಾಯಕನಾಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಉದ್ಯಮಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ನನ್ನ ತಲೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಉದ್ಯಮಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಉದ್ಯಮಿ ಎಂಬ ಪದ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಪದವೂ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಉದ್ಯಮಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಉದ್ಯಮ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ಉದ್ಯಮ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪತ್ತಿನೇ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಯ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸೇ ಉದ್ಯಮ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ಟರ್ನ್ ಓವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಉದ್ಯಮ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನಂಥವನಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಆ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನೇನು ನನ್ನ ಬದುಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಕಾಪಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಇಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಆ ಉದ್ಯಮ ಎಂಬ ಪದ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟದಾಯಕ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಿವಾರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿಯವರು ಭಾರಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಒಂದು ಧ್ಯೇಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಉದ್ಯೋಗದ ಬದಲು ಉದ್ಯಮ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಎಂಬ ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ಅಗತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ. ಆದರೆ ಉದ್ಯಮವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮಂಥವರು ಬಹಳ ಜಾಗರೂಕತೆಯಾಗಿ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂಥ ಹಣಗಳ ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ, ಅದೊಂದು ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳ ಅಧಪತನ, ಇವತ್ತು ಇಡೀ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಜದ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆಯಿಂದ ದೂರ ಇರುವುದು, ಮುಂದಿನ ಒಂದು ಜನಾಂಗದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಆಲೋಚನೆಯೂ ಇರದೇ ಇರುವುದು, ದೇಶ ಪರಿಸರ ಇದರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯ ಅಧಪತನ, ಈ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಉದ್ಯಮ ಎಂಬುದು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಹೊರತು ನಮ್ಮಂಥವರಿಗೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಳ ಕಷ್ಟವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಬಾರಿ ನನಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗ್ತೇನೆ ಎಂಬ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನಾನು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಕಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಮೆಚ್ಚಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಹೋರಾಟ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸದ ಹೋರಾಟ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ಬಹಳ ನಂಬಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯ ಜಾನಪದದ ಕಲೆಯ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆಯ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನಾ, ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನಾ ಎಂಬ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕಳೆದು ಹೋದ ಸಮಯ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂಥ ಸಮಯ. 70 ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ನಾನು 71ನೇ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡುವ. ಕಳೆದು ಹೋದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ಎನಿಸುವಾಗ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸಮಾಧಾನ, ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಎದುರಿನ ಇನ್ನಿರುವಾಗ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬದುಕುವುದು, ಈ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಚಿಂತನೆಯಿಂದ ದೀರ್ಘವಾದಂಥ ಈ ಲೈಫನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುವುದು ಈ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಬುದೇ ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಎದುರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನನಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಈಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಯಾರದೇ ಫೋನ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಹೊರತು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಯಾವ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಗಂಧಗಾಲ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಏನು ವಿಚಾರವೇ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಯಾರನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಇದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಏನೋ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗುವಾಗ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅನರಕ್ಷಿತನಾಗ್ತೇನೆ ಎಂಬುದೇ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆದರಿಕೆ, ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗ್ತೇನೆ ನೀವು ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ನಿಮಗೂ ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದಂತ. ನನಗೆ ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮುಗ್ಧವಾದಂಥ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಅಥವಾ ನನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರ ಯಾವುದೋ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕಬಳಿಸುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಅದರ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗದೇ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್ ಎಂಬ ಒಂದು ಪದವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ನೀವು ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡುವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಗೌರವ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಬಹಳ ಸಂಪತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಂಪತ್ತಿದೆ. ನೀವಿರುವಂಥ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗಳನ್ನೇ ಗಮನಿಸಿದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ 1044 ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗಳಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅದು ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಡೀಮ್ಡ್ ಆಟೋನಮಸ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು. 11,68,00,000 ನಿಮ್ಮಂಥ ಯುವಶಕ್ತಿಗಳಿವೆ. ಇಂಥ ಸಂಪತ್ತು ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಯಾವ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲೂ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ವಿನಂತಿಸಿ, ಇಂಥ ಕಾಲಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತೇ ನಿಮಗೊಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಗ್ರಾಮದಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಾಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣು, ನನ್ನ ಕಿವಿ, ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ, ಹೆಚ್ಚು ತಿಳಿದ ರಾಜ್ಯ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಹೋದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣು ಕಿವಿಗಳು. ನೀವು ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತೇ ನಿಮಗೊಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಊರಿನಾಗೆ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಗ್ರಾಮದ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಇಂಥ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸವಾಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಹಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಹೃದಯಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದಾಳಿ ಜಾಗತಿಕ ಮಟ್ಟದಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಆಗುವ ದಾಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ, ರಾಜ್ಯ, ದೇಶದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ. ಆದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗುವ ದಾಳಿ ಜಾಗತಿಕ ಮಟ್ಟದ ದಾಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ನೀವು ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಂತರಾಗಬೇಕು. ಇದರ ಜೊತೆ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಜದ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಈ ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಈ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕಲ್ಲ ಎಂಬುದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಈ ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮಂಥ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಹೋಗುವ ಅಸಂಖ್ಯಾತ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಾನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಆಳ್ವಾಸ್ ಪದವಿ ಪೂರ್ವ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷ 377 ಜನ ನೀಟಿನ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಸೀಟಿಗೆ ಹೋದರು. ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಸೀಟಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಬಯಾಲಜಿಯನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಓದ್ತೀರಿ, ಆ ಇಡೀ 98 ಲೆಸನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಒತ್ತು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ ಎಂಬುದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಲೆಸನ್ ಇಂಚು ನೀವು ಓದ್ತೀರಿ ಪರಿಗತ. ಆಮೇಲೆ UGಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ. UGಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿದ PG ನೀಟನ್ನು ಕಲಿತೀರಿ. ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನೀವು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪದವಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡಿತೀರಿ. ಪಡೆದುಕೊಂಡು ನಾಳೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ವೈದ್ಯರಾಗಿ ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಎದುರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವುಗಳು ಏನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕಾಡ್ತದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಕಲಿತಂಥ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮುಂದೆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಎನಾಟಮಿ, ಫಿಸಿಯಾಲಜಿ, ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬಯಾಲಜಿ, ಬಯೋಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಕಲಿತದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನ. ಆದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, ಅದು ಯಾವುದೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಜವಾದ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಗುಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ವೈದ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಗುಣ ಇದೆಲ್ಲದರ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ, ಕರುಣೆ, ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಎಂಬುದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಸಮಾಜದ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಅದು ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಅದು ಸಿಕ್ಕಬೇಕೋ ನನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಯಲು ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಬಯಲು ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಊರಿಗೆ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತಾಡುವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ, ಕರುಣೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಜದ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಆದಾಗ ನೀವು ಬಹಳ ಉತ್ತುಂಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ. ನೀವು ಈ ದೇಶದ ಸಂಪತ್ತಾಗ್ತೀರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಈ ಸಂಪತ್ತು ಈ ದೇಶದ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಪತ್ತು ಆಗ್ತೀರಿ ಎಂಬುದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರೆದ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಇವತ್ತು ಸಾಂಪ್ರದಾಯಿಕವಾದ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾನು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಈ ದೇಶದ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾವಿರ ವರ್ಷದ ಇತಿಹಾಸ. ಅಮೆರಿಕದಂಥ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಕಿರುವ ಇತಿಹಾಸ 500 ವರ್ಷ ಇತಿಹಾಸ. ಈ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಇದೆ. ಇಂಥ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತಹ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿಯೇ ಅದೆಷ್ಟು ಕಲಾವಿದರು ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯ ಮತ್ತು ಜಾನಪದದ ಕಲೆಯ ಎಷ್ಟು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ 2 ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಡಿದರು. ಅದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಂಗೀತದ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ. ನನಗಿದು ಒಂದು ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಡುವುದು ಕೇಳುವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು, ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಲಾವಿದನಾಗಿ ಸಂಘಟಕನಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಖುಷಿಯಾಯಿತು. ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಇದು ಅಗತ್ಯ. ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಸಂಗೀತದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಂಗೀತ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನ್ ಸಂಗೀತ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯವಾದಂಥ ನೃತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ 8 ಭರತನಾಟ್ಯ, ಕುಚಿಪುಡಿ, ಕಥಕ್ ಅಥವಾ ಒಡಿಸ್ಸಿ, ಮಣಿಪುರ ನೃತ್ಯ, ಸತ್ರಿಯ ನೃತ್ಯಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಕ ವಾದ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಚರ್ಮವಾದ್ಯ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ತಂತಿವಾದ್ಯ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಗಾಳಿವಾದ್ಯ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂಥ ನಮಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಸಣ್ಣ ಒಂದು ಕಲಾವಿದನಾಗಿಯೂ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕ, ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಒಂದು ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕನಾಗಿಯೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಘಟಕನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರ ಅನುಭವ ನನಗೆ ಇಡೀ ಒಂದು ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮುದ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಮೇಲಿಷ್ಟೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅಂಥ ಸಮಾಜದ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆ, ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ, ಕರುಣೆಯ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆ, ಅದರ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ತಾವುಗಳು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತಾಗಬೇಕು. ಇದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗೌರವ ಬರುವಂತಾಗಬೇಕು ಎಂಬ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು, ನನಗೆ ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರು ನನಗೊಂದು ದೇವರ ಸಮಾನ. ಅವರನ್ನು ನಾನು ಅಪಾರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುವುದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ನೀವು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇದನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೋಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ಎಂಬುದು ಅದು ಅದೊಂದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಇದ್ದಾಗಲೇ ಸೂರ್ಯಚಂದ್ರಷ್ಟು ಕಾಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೌಲ್ಯ ಉಳಿಯುತ್ತದೆ. ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರದೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಅವರು KS ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾನವೀಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂಥ ಒತ್ತನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟವರು. ಕೆಲವು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಜಯಸ್ಥಾಗಿ ಬದುಕಿದಾದರೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗುವುದಿತ್ತವರು, ಆದರೆ ಅವರ ಮೌಲ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬದುಕಿದವರಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿಯೇ ಅವರ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. KS ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟ ಕಾರಣವೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು. KS ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರ ಮಗ ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರು ಎಂಬ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲ ಇತ್ತು. KS ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರ ಮಗ ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರು ಬಂದು ಅದೇ ತಂದೆಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯವನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಅದೇ ಹೋರಾಟವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಡೀ ಎಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮಾದರಿಯಾದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ಮರ್ಯಾದ ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕರ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದು ಅಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ. ಈಗ ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ KS ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರ ಮಗ ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಂಥ ಲೋಕ ಇವತ್ತು ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರ ತಂದೆ KS ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥ ಮಾತು. ಈಗ ಇವರ ಸುಪುತ್ರ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಿಶಾಲ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಅವರು ಚಿಕ್ಕವರು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಿಸಿ ರಕ್ತ ಇರುವವರು. ಆದರೂ ಅಜ್ಜ ಮತ್ತು ತಂದೆಯ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕನಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೂ ಎದುರು ಬರದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೆರೆ ಮರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತುಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡುವುದನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಕವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಈಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಸಾಗುವುದನ್ನು ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶಾಲ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ KS ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರ ಪುಳ್ಳಿ ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರ ಮಗ ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಶಾಲ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ವಿಶಾಲ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರ ತಂದೆ ಇವತ್ತು ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರು, ಅವರ ಅಜ್ಜ ವಿಶಾಲ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಉಲ್ಲೇಖ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಸಮಾಜ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು. ಈ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮುಂದುವರೆದ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಎಂಬ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಎಂದು ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸೋನಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ವಿನಯ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಎರಡು ಮಾತಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೊಂದು ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮಗದೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕೈ ಮುಗಿದುಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮಗೂ ಕೈ ಮುಗಿದುಕೊಂಡು ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ.
For your words of encouragement and the inspiration. Today on this occasion, Nitte University is releasing 2 bulletins. One is Abbakka, which is the bulletin of IIC, edited by Dr. Nesara, and the second is the release of Healthy University Bulletin, edited by Mr. Nitte. I now request editor of Abbakka Bulletin, Dr. Nesara, to speak a few words about the bulletin.
I feel privileged today to stand before our beloved Chancellor, Shri Nitte Hegde, who has a more excellent vision for the field of education and for the Nitte University, and Shri Dr. M. Mohan Alva, the chairman of Alva's Education Foundation, Mudupide. I feel honored today as editor to hand over the 5th edition of the Abbakka newsletter of the Institution Innovation Council to both of you, sirs. The Abbakka reflects the various activities conducted by the Institution Innovation Council. Also, it's not just a newsletter. Abbakka carries scholarly articles on innovation, technology, entrepreneurship and education. The Abbakka is published quarterly. So far, the Institution Innovation Council has brought out 4 newsletters of the Abbakka on independent themes. Themes were education, technology, intellectual property rights and NEP 2020. The 5th edition of the Abbakka is on research and innovation in healthcare education institutions. As a custom evolved by our editorial policy, we have invited scholarly articles from scholars from various fields. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Satish Kumar Bhandari sir, Dr. Surinder Singh, Vice Chancellor, JSS University, Mysuru, Professor Dr. Praveen Kumar Shetty, Director, Research and Development, Nitte DU, Dr. Vishal Rao, Oncologist, HCG Cancer Center, Bengaluru, Professor Dr. Mitra N. Hegde, Vice Principal, A.B. Shetty Institute of Dental Sciences, Dr. Aditi Kellarai, Associate Professor, Department of General Medicine, Kshema, and myself. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shri Dr. Satish Kumar Bhandari sir and Professor Dr. Sriniketan sir, President of the Institution Innovation Council, for the continuous support, without which it was impossible to achieve this goal. I believe new thoughts on research and innovation in the healthcare industry are reflected in the newsletter, and the brainstorming will help us to involve ourselves positively in the concerned subject. Sir, I again feel honored to present to you the newsletter. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, everyone.
To speak a few words about the bulletin.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my dear colleagues, students and ladies and gentlemen. A university without a healthy campus is like those planets in the universe without life. The concept of healthy university is to create a learning environment of the organizational culture that enhances well-being and sustainability. In this regard, Nitte University has taken a small yet significant step to form a steering committee to plan and implement healthy initiatives on the campus. I am proud to say that Nitte University is associated with Nitte United Kingdom Healthy University Network and is the only medical university in India to do so. This association is flourished under the able leadership of Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Satish Kumar Bhandari, who chairs and leads the association for Nitte. The Nitte Healthy University Bulletin comprises all healthy initiatives initiated at this campus, from physical health, mental health, mental well-being at home and workplace during the pandemic, and also the steps taken to build a sustainable ecosystem. The healthy initiatives are vital to develop and implement the whole university approach to health, well-being and sustainability, so that the happiness index among the students, faculty and staff of Nitte EU will be up to the optimum. As our chief guest said, there are almost over 1,000 of universities in India, and if you collab, or if you have a network with each other, we can have a healthy India too. Our focus on next volume of the Healthy University Bulletin would be that every institute of Nitte gets inspired by this edition and come up with at least one initiative to make a change for a better day, better life and better campus at Nitte University. Thank you one and all. Now it's my privilege to hand over the bulletin to our Chancellor, Dr. Mr. N. Vinay Hegde. Also, I request our editors to
Nitte University, Shri N. Vinay Hegde, to deliver the presidential address.
ಆತ್ಮೀಯರಾದ ಮೋಹನ್ ಅವರೇ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಾಂತರಾಮ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರೇ, ಸತೀಶ್ ಭಂಡಾರಿ ಅವರೇ, ಹರ್ಷ ಅಲಹಲಿ ಅವರೇ, ಶ್ರೀ ಕೇತನ್ ಅವರೇ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀಧರ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರೇ, ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ಸಂತೋಷದ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬನನ್ನು to identify as a great entrepreneur is Dr. Mohan. This I am saying from the bottom of my heart. People do praise people when they are on the stage. But Dr. Mohan is an exceptional personality. Exceptional without limit. He is very successful educationist. He himself said he has more than 30,000 students studying under him. And that too in one single campus. The second part of it is, sizable number of them are on scholarship. Their expenses are met by Dr. Mohan. His education system is little different from various other institutions. It's something like Shantiniketan, where you learn education, you learn culture, you learn music, and above all, unlike Shantiniketan, he also excels in sports. This sort of complete education being offered by a person, to me, is a rarity. Shantaram did mention that how does he find time for all these things? Possibly his day starts early, and maybe his night ends late. Well, one of these, years back, I had the privilege of going to his campus. We were going around his campus. There was one young girl, and Mohan said, "You should be reading now. What are you doing here? You are a bright girl, and if you want to do higher studies, you should be reading at this point of time." And he named her, and he wanted to introduce the girl to me. I told her her entire education from school level to possibly later to medicine. Nitte Education Trust has helped her to complete her education. I didn't know her name, but Mohan mentioned her name. That's the difference between him and me. I speak from the tip of my tongue, he speaks from the heart. And I think the way he remembers the name of individual student is astounding. Many times, one of the functions where myself and Shantaram were together near Mudivitri. And I think it was a Lions function. And Mohan Alva participated in a Yakshagana program. he was put a role which many people said not good for him. At his age, dancing like that, maybe dangerous for health. But Mohan Alva, maybe even today, if you ask him to put the same role, he will do it with excellence. I personally feel, because I rarely have seen a person who excels in music, excels in dance, excels in education system. Above all, he is a good person from bottom of his heart. I think recognizing people like Monalva on Entrepreneurship Day, I personally feel this is not the program that matters. I think young people like you must look at people like Monalva as a role model. He may say anything. Even for me and Shantram, we might have excelled in few areas. For us, Monalva is a role model, and I don't think anyone can excel what excellency has achieved in life. Mohan, I wish you a long life. For your information, his father is today 106 years old. His birthday was 15th August. Mohan, you should live more than him, and you should do greater contribution to the society. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking words of wisdom and for constantly inspiring us. I now request Honorable Registrar of Nitte University, Professor Dr. Harsha Halahari, to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, as we come towards the end of this well-organized program on the occasion of the World Entrepreneurship Day, it's my pleasant duty to propose the vote of thanks. On this day, the World Entrepreneurship Day, we've had two great entrepreneurs with us on the dais. I know that Dr. Mohan Alva expressed a certain discomfort at being recognized as an entrepreneur in a sense. I guess that is because of the traditional way that we think as individuals who take great initiative and great risk to create successful profit-making businesses. But I'm sure that you'll all agree, and I hope Dr. Alva will also agree, that entrepreneurship need not be defined simply in terms of profit. Anybody who takes risks, anybody who takes initiatives, and anybody who strives towards creating value of any type, is indeed an entrepreneur. In that sense, both Dr. Alva and our beloved Chancellor are supreme examples of entrepreneurs who have created value which is more valuable than pure profit, because this value touches the lives of many people through education and healthcare. I would like to express my gratitude on behalf of all of us here to our Chancellor, who is presiding over this program today. I received a letter on Saturday from Shri Vinayak Day saying that I have received the invitation to this program on entrepreneurship and I will positively be present for the program. That's indicator of the fact that he recognizes, he identifies himself with this idea of entrepreneurship, obviously, and also the regard that he has for Dr. Mohan Alva, the recipient of our felicitations today. Chancellor sir, thank you for being with us on this occasion today. Of course, we are all grateful to Dr. Mohan Alva for agreeing without any hesitation to be a part of this program, for being well on time. In fact, he came a few minutes earlier than we expected him, on time for this occasion, and for very graciously accepting our felicitations. His message, particularly through that fable of the sparrow, which does its tiny weeny bit to whatever it thinks is important, and particularly his message about the importance of humanity and social concern, which needs to be learned beyond the walls of the classroom, I think is very, very relevant on this day. And I'm sure that it would inspire many of you young students here and colleagues here to emulate, at least to some extent, the path that he has shown. Dr. Monalva, thank you from the bottom of our heart for being part of the presentation. Our beloved Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Shantaram Shetty, in his usual charming style, outlined the great personality that Dr. Mohan Alva is, his multifaceted personality, and his presence here, despite the discomfort that he is in, is an indication of the importance it gives to the university and concepts such as innovation and entrepreneurship. Sir, thank you for being with us today. Our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Satish Medari, all of you know his enthusiasm for all aspects of the function of the university. He is a constant driving force, a pillar of strength for all such activities, and he is the one who identified our chief guest today as the right person to be honored on this. This is the first time I think we are celebrating World Entrepreneurship Day. I'm sure that this will be the first of many, and the Vice Chancellor's support for this kind of events is extremely important, and we thank him for that. Thank you, sir. Professor Sriniketan, who keeps constantly reminding us of the importance of innovation and entrepreneurship through various activities throughout the year as the president of the Institutional Innovation Council. He's been the man behind this entire program, arranging it and making sure that this event receives its due importance. Dr. Sriniketan, thank you on behalf of the University Management for organizing this event. I also thank all the members of the Institution Innovation Council, including and led by Professor M.S. Ravi, who is the coordinator of the council, who not only organized this event but throughout the year organized such events and give due importance to innovation and entrepreneurship. Thank you, heads of institutions, professors, faculty members, and of course students, the future entrepreneurs. It's wonderful to see you all in great numbers today. Special thanks to Dr. Krishna Naik, Principal of the Dental College, for hosting us today in this wonderful auditorium. Thank you to Dr. Nesara and Mr. Macwin for arranging the release of the Avishkar and the Healthy University bulletins, which added color and value to this program. Thank you. Thank you to Dr. Donika for having conducted this program so wonderfully well. Thank you, one and all.
As we've come to the end of the program, I request everyone to rise to sing the national anthem, which is a symbol of our pride and signifies unity in diversity of our country.
Bharat Bhagya Vidhata,